Situated in the foothills of the Himalayas, Nepal is a beautiful country with diverse topography and cultures, abundant natural resources, and huge potential for development and prosperity. Though Nepal is a signatory to many of the international human rights instruments, and though the government has taken a number of good initiatives in this regard, the situation of human rights in the country needs to be improved. The decade-long armed conflict the country faced from 1996 to 2006 further deteriorated the situation of human rights. The conflict ended formally 8 years back. Despite this, issues of human rights remain one of the major issues in the post-conflict transitional phase. The failure of the Constituent Assembly to promulgate a new constitution in 2012 has prolonged the transitional phase with implications for the situation of human rights in the country. In such a context, the European Union, through its delegation based in Kathmandu, has funded 82 projects aimed at protecting and promoting human rights in Nepal through European Instrument for Democracy and Human Rights, EIDHR, from 2001 to 2013. These projects have been mostly implemented by national and international civil society organizations and have addressed a number of human rights issues, ranging from combating discrimination, promoting access and opportunities for marginalized groups and communities, empowering the communities, ensuring equitable distribution of resources and opportunities, facilitating capacity building and community mobilization, networking, and strengthening. Chowpatty is a social tradition prevalent in the western part of Nepal. It prohibits women from participating in common family activities and in public life during menstruation, considering they are impure. Women are forced to stay in sheds, where many of them die or suffer multiple forms of abuse. For the period 2010 to 2013, the European Union supported a project aiming to abolish Chowpatty system in Daldadura district by empowering women in these communities. Kushila Damai is a Dalit woman who was forced to practice Chowpatty.
मेरी सासू भन्थिन् कि आँगनमा हिट्यो भने छुइन्त हुन्छ हर 4 दिनसम्म हर नआयो भने 2-3 दिन 3 दिन आदिन हर नआयो भने श्रीमानलाई दोष लाग्छ मेरो छोरालाई दोष लाग्छ भन्थिन् गाईगोरु पनि यही बस्ने महिनाबारी भइआगले यही बस्ने हुँमा नि गाईगोरु पनि बस्ने हामी बस्छु यहाँ गाई बन्द सर यहाँ हामी यहाँ सुत्छु गाई बसेर खलिया की डरु साप की डरु.
Her family stopped practicing it during the implementation of this project.
अहिले भन्नाले अब नाउन धोनी सरसभा अध्यय अब त्यो रन्नाको खानाको तयको मतलब के छैन बहुत जसो भेदभाव हटायो जसो.
Today, Chowpatty has been abolished, and 500 chow sheds have been destroyed in many villages of the district. Women are working further to abolish it from many other remaining villages.
साबडी पर्दा हटाइसकिया
श्रीमानले समेत अधिकार दियो सासूले दियो घरका जम्माइले दियो मुखै बैठेको पनि बस्दैन गोडो पनि बस्दैन भित्र बस्छ आज पनि मलाई 3 दिन भयो.
The project has helped enormously to empower women and protect their human rights. As a result, the women of this area participate in different community groups and are involved in the decision-making process. Labor migration is a worldwide issue nowadays. Like thousands of young men and adults in western Nepal who migrate to India for employment, Kavita Kumari Sunar's father had gone to India and returned infected with HIV. Her mother actually was killed by this disease. Her family's economic situation worsened after her father was infected. It has been estimated that there are 353 infected people in her district. For the period of 2013 to 2015, the EU funded a project that specifically aimed to increase access to education for HIV-affected and infected children, increasing their access to health services, enhancing livelihood opportunities for the infected families, and strengthening advocacy skills of civil society organizations. The project facilitated school management committees to increase the access of children affected and/or infected with HIV to formal education. Therefore, the access of such children to formal education has increased in the district, and a more favorable and friendly environment has been created for the children in schools.
हामीले कुनै पनि त्यसमा चाहिँ यो यस्तो हो भन्ने भावना चाहिँ हामीमा कुनै हाम्रो विद्यालय व्यवस्थापन अथवा शिक्षक स्टाफमा बालबालिकाहरूमा पनि त्यस्तो चाहिँ मतलब सधैँ शिष्टाचार व्यवहार नै छ।
Kavita has received support for continuing her education.
हामीलाई सालसालैमा ड्रेस अनि कापी कलम झोलाको व्यवस्था गरिरहेको छ।
After completing her education, she will support her father to run the family and will also do social work in her community.
समाजमा विभिन्न रूढिवादी परम्पराहरूलाई हटाउने अनि जातीय भेदभाव हटाउने विभिन्न कार्यक्रम गर्न इच्छा छ।
This project has supported 500 children like Kavita.
पढेर मेरो डाक्टर बन्ने उद्देश्य छ।
Thanks to the advocacy efforts and coordination with the village development committees, some of them are providing scholarships to HIV-affected and infected children.
HIV प्रभावित र पीडित बालबालिकाहरूलाई हामीले छात्रवृत्ति दिने गरेका छौँ।
It is a winter morning in Harukala VDC, and Dilu Parke is busy making tea for customers. His family also has a shop and sells goods to the villagers. Both he and his wife are infected with HIV. Thanks to the support under this project, his family started this enterprise, and nowadays they are earning well.
तेल तोडे केटाकेटीलाई कार्य खर्च चलाउनलाई पनि हामीलाई ठिकै भएछ अहिले।
400 people like him have received this kind of assistance. Mintaru is a girl with a disability in Bardia, a district in midwestern Nepal. She was discriminated and ill-treated at her school by the school authorities.
किन आउँछस् जाँदैन हिँड्न सक्दैनस् त पढेर के गर्छस् ठुलो मान्छे बन्नु पर्दैन भन्नुभयो।
Her father reported this to Bardia Disabled Rehabilitation Center, and the organization advocated for her rights to fight against such discrimination. The school authority accepted its mistake.
म एउटा शब्द प्रयोग गरेका थिएँ त्यो नगर्नुपर्ने थियो पढ्दैन भने नपढ जस्ता शब्दहरू।
Persons with disabilities in Taratal VDC formed a group to advocate for their rights. They have succeeded in securing resources from their VDC.
सामुदायिक भवन आफ्नो एउटा सम्पर्क कार्यालय बनाउनको लागि गाविसबाट केही रकम उपलब्ध गरायौं। त्यो दिएको रकम अनुसार हामीले त्यति नै श्रमदान गरेर यो एउटा सामुदायिक भवन आफूले आफ्नो निजी बैठक घर तयार गर्यौं।
They are also engaged in collective turmeric cultivation. The turmeric is sold to a factory in the village, which is run by a member of the group, processes and packages it, and sells it in the market. Due to the advocacy and initiatives taken by this group, the rest of the community's perception regarding persons with disabilities has changed in the VDC.
समुदायहरूले हेर्ने दृष्टिकोण धेरै फरक भइरहेको पाएको छु।
Nowadays, these vulnerable people participate in local decision-making processes and are also involved in local-level community groups. These changes occurred through the efforts of the Disability Rights and Mainstreaming Project 2, implemented from 2007 to 2008 with the EU's support. Another significant issue in Nepal are sexual minorities' human rights situation. A project supported by the EU from 2009 to 2010 also aimed to ensure social inclusion and to improve human rights of sexual and gender minorities in Nepal. One of the major achievements of the project has been building capacity and strengthening local community-based organizations and their networks, enabling them to get a stronger voice.
युरोपियन कमिसनले गर्दा चाहिँ हाम्रो यो आम जनतासँग पनि धेरै यो एलजीबीटीआईको बारेमा पनि धेरै कुराहरू पनि इन्फर्मेसन गएर चाहिँ अवेरनेस भएको छ र यसले गर्दा चाहिँ यो हाम्रो एफएजीएम चाहिँ एकदमै बलियो हुन पुगेको छ।
The project also managed to mobilize state funds to build the first separate toilet for transgender people of South Asia. This happened in the city of Nepalganj. The EU also worked on a project that provided support to children affected by the 10-year conflict and their families in 4 districts in the Midwestern region from 2010 to 2012. 4,070 children dropped out of school due to conflict and poverty were provided literacy classes and skills training to increase their opportunities. Children affected by psychosocial problems were also provided with psychosocial services. Among them, 2/3 of them finalized their studies. While all of them were supported with education materials, 3,200 of them received education support as well.
पहिला पैसा हुँदैन त्यो काफी कलम यिनी झोलाहरू यिनी किन्नलाई पनि अहिले अब त्यो संस्थाले अहिले सहयोग गरेबाट धेरै राम्रो छ अहिले।
The creation of 129 village children protection committees at the VDC level in these districts has contributed significantly to advocate for children's rights, as well as to plan and implement activities regarding development and children's rights protection. These committees have helped to get children a friendly environment in their schools, and they have managed to access 1.89 million rupees for children from their respective VDCs.
बाल अधिकारको निम्ति बाल बालिकाका निम्ति छुट्याइएको जो 10% रकम हो यसमा पनि हामीले सङ्घर्ष गर्यौं र बाल बालिकाकै नाउँमा हामीले त्यो ल्याउन सफल भयौं।
The Taros and Rajis live in 5 Terai districts in western Nepal, and they are some of the most marginalized ethnic minorities in the country. They were Kamayas, or bonded laborers, until 2000, when the government abolished the system. Their rehabilitation, economic and social empowerment proved to be a huge challenge.
पहिला हामीहरू चाहिँ त्यो भिख माग्न आउँछन् त्यही अवस्था थियो हामीहरूको। एउटा चाहिँ डेरा लिएर जाने, उटा चाहिँ डेरा लिएर जाने त्यस्तो अवस्था थियो।
In 2000, Balkumar Taru became a free man. But in many ways, his situation aggravated and his future became uncertain. From 2006 to 2009, the EU supported a project to advocate for the rights of the former Kamayas. The program focused on enhancing capacity of the ex-Kamayas, increasing their awareness, capacity to advocate for their rights, and improving their livelihood, and also increasing their participation in the decision-making processes, and also in community groups and institutions, including school management committees. The project contributed to the economic empowerment of the ex-Kamayas by forming agricultural cooperatives, providing vocational trainings to enhance technical capacity and self-employment. As a result, 2,340 ex-Kamayas got employment opportunities. They also were given assistance to lease and purchase lands, and were provided with mechanisms such as tractors, irrigation pumps, and fertilizer. They are also running reflect classes and managing local conflicts. Bal Kumar is now a skilled carpenter. His income has increased, and hence his family's standard of living has improved.
सिपमूलक तालिमहरू लिइसकेपछि म अहिले मिस्त्री काम गर्छु र अहिले दिनको मिस्त्री दिहाडी 500 रुपैयाँ 550 जति कमाइन्छ।
His children go to school, and he is sure that they will live a much better life from now on. Collectively, the projects funded under the European Instrument for Democracy and Human Rights have contributed meaningfully in protecting and promoting the rights of thousands of Nepalese citizens, particularly of poor, minority, and most marginalized people, such as Koshila, Kavita, Min, Balkumar, and Dilu across the country. The projects have empowered them so that they are capable to stress their rights, they can raise their voices, and they definitely work collectively for a dignified and fulfilled life. These interventions have also contributed to promote founding EU principles of liberty, democracy, respect for human rights, and rule of law.